Hello and welcome back to the land of SIKA, and we are just about to besiege Melion Castle, or at the very least I would like to be able to siege Melion Castle if these guys have anything to say about it. Anyway, I've also called for an army. Hopefully I'm going to be able to make good use of these guys. Unfortunately, they have very small armies. It's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Yes. Unfortunately, I looked for the people that were closest by to my current location, and these were the only two that were within around a day and a couple of hours away. So, it's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. Because these guys, they're going to turn up, they're going to literally have probably some of the worst units you could possibly have, maybe. I'm actually not entirely sure what kind of caliber of unit these fellows have. Look at the amount of volleying that is going on right here. That's insanity. Wow. Okay, that was actually a massive amount of fire arrows just plunging into the opponent right there. Ooh, that was a super cool spectacle. Gotta say that. Yeah, but anyway, as I say, it's going to be a bit of a problematic situation when these guys appear and they have 40 recruits or whatever it is. So I'm going to have to carry them through the battle, unfortunately. I was hopeful that I'd be able to get more units, but the main problem I'm having right now is literally just having to build the siege. Yeah. Just having to build the siege is a big problem at the moment. I was actually building the siege by myself, and it took so long that I decided, hey, you know what? I'm actually just not going to bother. I'm just not going to bother. I'm just going to sort of wait around here, see what's going on, see if anyone wants to turn up and say hi. These guys did, so I welcomed them with open arms and a bunch of fire arrows, and they are now very pleased with me, of course. But yeah, I am very much hoping that my forces will actually appear sometime soon. Oh, hello. Oh, okay. Yeah, alright. Well, this is... Oh, that's actually a lot more than I anticipated. Okay, well, I don't mind. Do I mind? Do I mind these guys, actually? I do mind the massive army, of course. The big army, that can go away. Thank you. But the other forces... Oh, yeah, I can probably deal with these guys without too many difficulties. Now, this is going to be a bit of a problem as well. My friends that... are far away, they are taking their sweet time in getting here, which is obviously another big problem, because that means they have more opportunities to run into these really powerful parties and get eliminated by them in the process. And I'm very much hoping that I will be able to add them to my army beforehand. I can only hope as well that they have a decent amount of engineering skill. If they don't have any engineering skill, then we're going to be in a really sore position indeed, because that's going to make things so slow. As I say, I was waiting so long to create my camp, not even to start building things, but to literally create my camp. I was having to wait, I think maybe, I don't even know, was it 2 days, 3 days, maybe something more than that? And usually in Bannerlord, that is just way too slow, especially considering there are so many enemy units around here, especially ones that are potentially leading armies as well. We really do not want to be in a situation where they can corner us, and that's kind of why I decided, you know what, I'm just going to run interference, going to try to eliminate as many vassals as I possibly can. And I mean, look at how much damage I'm actually capable of doing here. It's pretty significant, gotta say. I actually really like the fact that we have such an amazing bow and the ability to deal damage at a moment's notice, as long as the enemy doesn't have an amazingly good shield or something. That is just invaluable. It's so incredibly fun to play with. Obviously, using a polearm as well, really useful, especially considering we're on a horse most of the time. If I do go into the siege, I'm probably going to continue using this same exact loadout. That might be a mistake, but the main reason why I want to do that is generally just because I feel like I should be able to use this polearm in a close quarters situation. If I am actually doing things right, I shouldn't need to use my polearm at all. That's if I'm doing it right. If I'm doing it wrong, then I will need to use my polearm and I will die. Probably almost, well, I will die as soon as we get into close quarters combat, let's just say that. But it depends. If we're in an interior of some kind, so an interior to, you know, like a tower or something like that, that's going to be very, very difficult for us to deal with. But if we're outside where I can run away and I can, you know, create a little bit of separation between me and the opponent, then I might be able to achieve victory with the polearm. Anyway, I'm just going to continue letting these people go. Wow, that's a huge amount of really, really good cavalry. I have a lot of units in my army at the moment, and they are leveling up very quickly into eggplants. And you know how amazing eggplants can be, but the problem is they're very expensive. Oh yes, they are very expensive indeed. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be able to do here. I will take a couple of them, and then we'll just take the rest for another time. And otherwise, I think I need to go back to my town, which is rather amusing. I wouldn't have expected... Ah, hello there. Oh yes, yes. Ooh, absolutely perfect. Okay, this is exactly what we wanted. Let's go in for a nice little auto-resolve right there. We'll let these guys go once again, and we're just going to leave these fellows. We're just going to leave these fellows behind, and we're going to do a little bit of something here. Just going to get rid of those prisoners because we were actually over the limit. And bear in mind, I have to be very careful about my Dark Wave Knights. I do not want to be over the limit in the amount of prisoners that I currently have, because if I do that, you know what's going to happen? Yeah, we're going to lose all or some of our Dark Wave Knights, and I would very much appreciate that not happening. So anyway, let's just go over here, sell these for 22,000. That's actually pretty good. That's some nice money right there. And I actually think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell all of these too, mostly for roguery skill. Bear in mind, in the previous episode, you know, if you didn't see that, then obviously you don't know what happened. But if you did see that, then you know that we need to return to our settlement as soon as possible. Or at the very least, we need to go back to that portion of territory for a very specific reason. Hopefully, we're going to be able to do that super, super soon. But obviously, as it is right now, we're probably just going to have to deal with what we have to deal with right here, which is a huge war situation. I actually wanted to take... that's the thing. I don't really want to take these castles right here. I feel like these castles, it kind of... I don't know. It kind of provides the initiative to our opponent. And we do not want that. We want to make it so that they are constantly fighting for the rhythm of the war. We want to make it so that they are consistently trying to fight against us in situations where we really want to be in, where they don't want to be in. You know what I mean? So instead of us being on the defensive all the time, we are on the offensive. That is what we want. So that's what I'm trying to do by pushing forward to Melion Castle. But obviously, now that we have our allies with us in our army, it's hopefully going to rectify itself and we'll be able to actually accomplish something rather nice here. I was actually anticipating maybe even going into the town. It very much depends. But look at this. Look at these. Yeah, it's just... Yeah, they have a lot of recruits. Let's just say that. They have a lot of recruits. Look at my guys, though. Look at my guys with their banners in the air. Oh, this is going to be amazing. Unfortunately... Oh, we do have arrows. Oh, look at that. We do have fire arrows. I was going to say, unfortunately, we don't have fire arrows because it's not nighttime, but obviously we are not going to see the utter amazingness that is literally seeing all of those fire arrows be launched through the night air at our opponents. And, yeah, well, whatever the case, I'm going to just try and deal as much damage as possible here. These guys are pretty simple for us to eliminate, I believe. I mean, you can see here, I mean, they literally just die in 1 or 2 hits. Super nice damage. Actually trying to eliminate the ones with shields, because those guys are actually going to prevent a lot of damage just due to the sheer size of their shields. They're going to be able to block arrows of our forces from other enemies that actually don't have shields, you see? That's the main thing. So that was what I was attempting to do here. Seems like my forces are actually capable of doing some really nice damage even without using their arrows, as we found out in previous episodes too. And hopefully I will not get myself killed here. Here we go. Not too bad. Alright. Let's just continue dealing damage with my polearm. Gotta say, I actually really like fighting with the polearm, even though the bow is extremely satisfying. Using the polearm and actually being somewhat... yeah, don't take that last few seconds as an example right there. But yes, actually being somewhat proficient at it, yes, most of the time, let's say 70% of the time, is, you know, pretty nice and pretty satisfying to play with. But anyway, there you go. We did end up losing a couple of units, but that is to be expected, of course. Alright, so we're just going to be letting these guys go once again. I'm probably just going to be letting most of the enemy's forces go as well. I don't really want to continue having to return to my garrison and the tavern nearby. I just want to push on. I just want to push on. I would like to be able to take this town, but I'm going to test out how effective we actually are in a siege, because obviously this is our first siege. Got to bear that in mind. It is our first siege. So I'm going to go into Melion Castle and we're going to try it out. And we're going to see how fast we can actually build the siege camp. Oh, these guys don't have any engineering skill, do they? They have... Wait a minute. This guy has 0. Okay. Okay, right. And this guy has... 0. Are you serious? I literally waited this long for these guys, literally just so that they could disappoint me in such a grand fashion. Okay, well, it's good that I didn't go for the town then, eh? I mean, literally, we are only going to be able to construct... I mean, I don't even know whether we're even going to be able to construct anything at this rate. I mean, really, look at this. It's absolutely preposterous. Oh, well, whatever the case, let me see what I can do here. We're going to go for hitting an enemy in the head, deals 50% more damage. That seems pretty nice. And otherwise, we're going to go for the last point in... Should we even bother going for roguery skill? I think actually athletics might be more useful. And I'm thinking we will go for another point in vigor. And that is what we will do, I think. Actually, I'm leading an army right now. Let's go for leadership and social. Let's go for leadership and social, because generally I would like to get to 100 leadership. As I've said multiple times before, the 100 level perk for leadership is amazing. It's really, really good, so it's probably a good idea that I try to get that myself too. And now this is exactly the reason why I have said multiple times when people have asked me in the comments, they've said, hey, why didn't you continue the siege right there? This is the reason. This is the exact reason. Also, the fact that it takes so long is really grinding my gears right now, because literally, look at, see, yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. These are the kinds of situations where I think to myself, why? Why did they have this be a thing, you know? Oh, my engineering skill is so incredibly bad. I should have actually put a point in engineering, to be fair, but to be honest, I really think to myself, how much is it going to level up, right? How much is it going to level up in comparison to putting my point into leadership right there? I don't know. But yeah, we're just going to spec that that perk point now. Alright, so this is a very, very large battle. Don't know whether we're even going to be able to really do this with very minimal casualties, but I can only cross my fingers and hope. This is a misty one. Oh dear. Why is everything so blown out? Oh my, this is very bright indeed, isn't it? Alright, I guess that's maybe how the mist was done or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but whatever the case, let's do this. Alright, this is going to be very, very dangerous. I'm going to allow my horse archers to just do their own thing, and we'll see. Hopefully they're going to do a good job. I mean, I can only assume that the enemy doesn't really have amazing amounts of units, and I'm talking about high tier, obviously. They do have... well, I mean, they are outnumbering us quite clearly, but I would just hope that maybe, just maybe, I'm going to be able to snipe some of their leaders. Yes, please let me just... Oh, no, shoot that tree. Yeah, what did the tree ever do to deserve that? Nothing. Yeah, the way that the leaders move is... I don't know why, but it's always been a bone of contention for me. Every single time, they are literally just hiding behind their units. I mean, I don't blame them for that, by the way. I don't have a problem with them doing that. What I have a problem with is them literally doing these really weird movements that doesn't really make any sense in many cases. Like, for example, they literally just move back and forward all the time. And I don't think I don't think a real commander would do that, but well, it's not really that big a deal. I'm just in a a bit of a bad mood due to the fact that we don't have any engineers. You see, that's the main issue right here. Oh well, never mind. I guess I can just continue to bombard them with arrows, and that's pretty much all I can hope for here. I'd like to eliminate that guy if at all possible. Nice, nice shot, nice shot. Can I get another one? Yes, I can. Thank you. And there we are. Fantastic. See, now, the main reason why I'm putting so much emphasis on eliminating the enemy leaders is because of their morale. They give a massive bonus to morale. And if you can eliminate them, you are generally going to have a much easier time of things, because it means that units that necessarily normally wouldn't have retreated actually do retreat, because they don't have the reassurance, they don't have the extra oomph that they would otherwise have, because they don't have their liege, you know, they don't have the person that they're following into battle alongside them. And that's the reason why it's usually a good idea to eliminate the enemy's leaders. And if there are multiples of them, obviously that makes it very difficult, but that's why I was getting a little frustrated when it came to shooting them. Because, I mean, to be fair, they're making it difficult to shoot them, and that's obviously what should be the case. They shouldn't just be standing there, obviously, because that's just, I mean, why would they stand there like a sitting duck or anything like that? You know, that would just be way too easy, you know, to snipe them and stuff, but oh well, never mind. It's not really, as I say, it's not really a big deal in any case, but hopefully we will just finish this. Oh, what? Okay, I didn't even see the combat strength at the top. I was literally thinking to myself that we had a pretty large amount of units still remaining to eliminate, but apparently not. Apparently they have been completely decimated. Alright, there we have it. Decent amounts of resources as well. Look at that. We're getting 200 food, 200 stones. Not that much wood, but that doesn't really matter. And we're getting really good renown rewards as well. So I'm pretty happy with that. We're just going to let all these guys go, as I always do. And, oh, look at that. We've actually released one of our potential marriage options, amusingly enough. Obviously, she is no longer a marriage option, but, you know, it's always good to have options, I guess, in case ours dies at some point, because that generally has happened to me quite often. Yes, oh well, whatever the case. Hello there. Obscure Soul Judge Knights. Oh yes, I will be taking these. I will be taking these, and I will be swapping basically every single unit that I can for them. So let's do that. There we go. And now I have 10 of them. That is exactly what we want. And I will take a couple of the Mogrian Eagle Shooters. I think they seem pretty nice. And then we will... I don't think I'm actually going to take any prisoners either. Actually, wait a minute. I do need to be a bit careful here, because we need to make sure that we're not missing out on any prisoners that could potentially be really good. And I'm talking about these kinds of guys, you know, Dark Wave Knights or something like that. So we really do not want to miss out on those. Seems like there aren't any, so I don't really want to take any additional prisoners there. I will take all the loot, however, and there we have it. Okay, so now we can actually make our way out of there. Yeah, you decide to let your men go hunting. That's absolutely fine. Got to be careful here now, though. How's my herd deficit? My herd deficit is actually fine. Okay, we don't seem to be having any issues there. Ooh, there's a town really close by. Alright, so this is great. Now, imagine if I had prisoners. I'd probably be way too slow here. Maybe. Not entirely sure on that, but yeah, I'm pretty happy that we were able to escape. Melethvon is getting absolutely courted to no one's business. I mean, that doesn't really make sense, but she is getting courted almost all the time. It's really, really irritating, actually, because there's a lot of pop-ups all the time. All right, so let's just sell all of that. 35,000. And what else is there to really do here? Well, I think just wait here for some time, to be honest. And then we'll see what happens. Seems like the army might have actually disbanded. That's pretty good for me. That is actually very good for me. So let me see here. I have leadership leveled up. As you can see, my leadership has just absolutely skyrocketed. It was at, what, 50 or 40? Or I don't even know what it was at. But whatever the case, Heroic Leader is probably what I'm going to end up taking just in case. And otherwise, when voting for a proposal, your support fails, recover 100% of the influence spent. That is actually really, really good. So I'll probably end up taking that, as well as the fact that you do gain additional relation when you increase relationship with merciful lords. So sounds pretty good to me. And yeah, okay, so that's pretty good. Now, let's just go back to Melion Castle. Obviously, we really don't, in my opinion, we don't have the ability, not the will, but we just don't have the ability to take this. Just for the sheer fact, are they actually giving this to me? They're giving this to my future father-in-law by the looks of things. All right, I will spend 100 influence to give it to him then, just so that we gain additional relation with our future wife's clan. I guess that sounds like a good idea, right? Right? Does it? Maybe. And vegetable. Aha! Hello there. Okay, let me actually just have a quick look here. Okay, we might be able to get some people that actually have some know-how, so they know how to put a hammer and nails together. That would be wonderful. And in the meantime, I'm going to be attacking this army. She looks extremely pleased to see us for some reason. Does she love us? No, she's very neutral to us. All right. Okay, let's do this. Why not? Okay, so this is a very even fight. We're probably going to be fine, but here's the thing. I'm carrying my allies through these battles. In my opinion, I'm carrying them through these, and they are not really contributing that much, at least as far as I'm aware. We're going to take a look after this and see what kind of kill breakdown we have, because at the moment, I think my eggplants are probably doing the most damage. I mean, to be fair, there are a massive amount of them, so that kind of makes sense, right? But generally, yeah, I think they are very much doing the majority of the damage. Well, I mean, if I could actually hit something, I would be very, very pleased. Ooh, I should eliminate these Tiger Knights. 100% I should eliminate these Tiger Knights. They are going to do so much damage. Can I actually hit more of them, please? There we go. Okay, yes, nice. Ah, you know what? Seeing these Tiger Knights actually makes me want to play Dynasty Warriors. Oh, yeah, I should really play that again. Yeah, you know what? I really enjoyed the, what is it now? Dynasty Warriors 8, right? Yeah, I think it was Dynasty Warriors 8. Extreme Legends. That came out on the PC a number of years ago. It wasn't the best port, to be fair. It wasn't the best port at all. But it's a lot of fun. You know, it's one of those games that you can just load up and always have fun due to the sheer amount of characters you can play as. It's actually amazing. So these Tiger Knights are certainly reminding me of that, and you know, I always just want a new Dynasty Warriors game to come out, or any kind of Musu game, and basically just have it actually be good. You know what I mean? Like, for example, you know, there's been a number of cases where the franchise, most specifically Dynasty Warriors, has gone through some rough times and rough iterations. Most specifically, what is it now? Dynasty Warriors 9, I think it was. I think that had some big issues in regards to its open world and everything, because they were trying to do an open world thing. And I think that that's actually super cool. I think that's actually amazing, and I'd love to see that in a, shall we say, a more, I don't know, more fleshed out fashion, but I don't know what happened with it. Apparently a lot of people were saying, you know, after playing it, that the world was extremely empty. It felt extremely dull, and I was very disappointed, because I thought to myself when I first heard about it, I thought, wow, okay, open world, that's going to be super fun, right? Yeah, but then it didn't turn out that way. So that's obviously sad. But yeah, that's yeah, well, whatever. Maybe there's going to be something in the future that will come out and will actually be something cool and actually be implemented well, and they possibly won't be rushed with the development or something. I have no idea what even happened with Dynasty Warriors 9. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, there was some weird thing going on with it. But whatever the case, there we are. We were able to achieve victory. I didn't look at how many kills my eggplants got, because I was talking about a game I really like. Fantastic, great. Oh well, never mind. I think we can just assume that they do a lot of damage, right? I think we can probably just assume that. Anyway, let's take a look here. Can we recruit any really, really good units? It doesn't seem like it. No, I'm not seeing any right here. Oh, wait. Obscure Soul Judge Knights. There we go. Oh, yeah. We love those. Thank you very much. And are there any others? No, there aren't. But are there any prisoners that I might be able to take? I mean, I'd be very surprised, to be honest, if this army was actually able to defeat an army of, I don't know, evil wave knights or dark wave knights or whatever they're called. Yeah, so they're obviously not. I am actually quite close to the town, so I will be taking these prisoners just because. And then we'll be moving on. I'm just going to make a quick check just to make sure that I'm not over the capacity, because that's obviously the big issue for me. And we're just going to make our way back over to my town. There is an army going towards it, so I'm a bit worried that they might actually decide to besiege it. If they do decide to besiege it, I think we'll probably be able to defend it, but it's going to be a bit dicey, you know, a bit dicey. We don't really want to have a situation where we could potentially be defeated at this point, because I have just kind of stabilized my economy. I feel like my economy is doing quite nicely. And oh yeah, by the way, I don't know whether I even told you this before, but I put Ji as my governor because she's currently the only companion I have. Full stop, actually. But she's also the only companion I have that is from the Yan culture. And that's obviously what we wanted to do. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, so we've got food. Security needs to be increased. So is there something I can do here to actually increase our security? No, that doesn't seem to be the case. Maybe militia. Militia would probably help, but I don't really see that as being that effective. Maybe what we want to do is we want to go for probably fairgrounds or something like that, right? Yeah, let's go for fairgrounds. It's gonna get 23 days. Look at this. We are literally losing so much. Why are we losing so much loyalty right now? It's because of the owner's culture. It's because of me. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. And what's going on with the garrison? I didn't take out that many units from the garrison. This is really strange. Okay, yeah, so I'll just recruit a couple of people, and then we'll just put them in the garrison. It's kind of weird how they're not okay with there being 267 in here. I think I need to maybe, I don't know, maybe defeat a couple of people and just rescue some more prisoners or something like that really close by so that I don't have the opportunity to lose units, possibly. That might make sense. They only have very few prisoners, these ones. Yeah, they have basically no prisoners at all. Well, we are stopping the reinforcements from going through, which is actually super, super good. Can you attack me, please? Okay, we're making peace with the Yan dynasty now. Yeah, I can't really do much with that, unfortunately. I'm going to have to disband my army for the moment. We're just going to have to leave it alone, because there's no point. And, wait a minute. Oh, they've actually rebelled. That's perfect. Is that perfect? Is that actually good for us? I actually don't know. Well, Nicania is still at war against us, so I will be making my way over there. What actually happened with this? I'm actually just going to make peace straight away, so we can get all of our vassals freed as soon as possible, because for some reason they seem to be having some big problems actually winning battles. I can assume that it's because they are consistently being defeated and they just don't have enough time or resources to build up their armies and actually upgrade them, you know, because that's obviously the biggest issue here. So I'm gonna actually have to do something, and that is a bit of a problem because I don't have any engineering skill. I really wish I had more engineering skill. Next time I level up, I'm going to put one focus point in engineering. I know that's not really going to make that much of a difference, but it's hopefully going to make more of a difference than, well, what's currently going on here. But yeah, whatever the case, we have a really powerful army right now. I am hemorrhaging money like no one's business. I mean, you can quite clearly see that, 4,600 per day. So that's obviously really harsh. Yan Dynasty have declared war on the Aryans. Okay, that's actually fine with me. I don't have a problem with that. And we are, I suppose, just going to go in to... Yeah, I don't really want to do that, you see. I really don't want to do that. Going in against a castle and having it take multiple days or even weeks or whatever to be able to even get one piece of siege equipment built is just so incredibly frustrating. It really is. Not entirely sure how I'm going to even be able to do this. Let me see. Any worthwhile prisoners? I don't see any. We'll take the loot though. That will definitely help me out. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to go and check. I'm going to go and check this, and I will see if I can maybe get some people to join me. These guys all, no offense, but they all suck. So I'm going to take these two. I think they might be good. I'm actually not entirely sure. Actually, wait a minute. Let me actually just take a quick look. No, this is good. These guys are good. These guys are not good. This one is good. No. Okay. Yeah, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get people that are actually part of the Lamoka faction natively. So in other words, I'm not wanting to get people that are part of a mercenary band. Because if people are part of the mercenary band, they are generally not going to have a very strong amount of engineering. And so that's the reason. Anyway, you decide not to explore that. There we go. I'm going to try and take Cranarod Castle. That will be the thing that we will try to take. Now I just need to wait until... Oh, you absolute imbeciles. What are they doing? They're consistently getting themselves taken prisoner. I really have no idea what's going on with them. Alright, well, yes, Melethvon is once again getting huge amounts of marriage proposals. Oh, what are you doing here? Are you trying to murder me? Are you serious? Get out of here. Come on now. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at Mr. Cassanon in just a second. Okay, so Mr. Cassanon, where are you? There you are. Alright, so he has... How much? Does he have any in engineering? Yes, he does. He has 130. Yes, 130 in engineering, but there are so many large armies around here. Okay, wait a minute. Let me just take a quick look at the composition. Ooh, I think we might be able to win this. They have a massive amount of prisoners as well. I actually really would like to fight them next to Keshkarin, potentially, or Nyota, or something like that. That would be really, really good. Anyway, I think that's probably going to be it for this episode, but next time we're going to be dealing with the Nakanians, with the vigor and the wonderful destruction that we will cause against them. We will slap our eggplants against them, and it will be great. Oh yes, it will be absolutely fantastic. I just realized that I have a massive amount of food as well, which is really bad. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.